All right, we're at Creve Coeur Lake. I think we're just gonna fish from here. I've been not coming to this lake for a couple of years, but I think it's an easy place to fish. Probably a little bit overfished, but we'll see if we can get any bass or catfish or anything here. All we got is worms, but we'll see what we can get. For bait, we only have night crawlers. That's fine, because we're basically like channels and bass, maybe some like bullheads and stuff here. I don't think Creve Coeur has giant flatheads or big blues, so we're just gonna go for worms. But we'll see what we can get here. All right, we have a 2.5 ounce weight for maximum casting distance for our worm. Of course, we have the long rod here. We're gonna just sling it out as far as we can. It's not a great sling out. I think I probably need a slightly higher weight, but that'll work for right now. All right, we got a little bit of a shaker bait, the little mini bass thing on the line, and see if we can get anything in the shallows here. Looking for white bass. I know gar will bite this if it swims near them, and largemouth, obviously. Smallmouth would be good too, but I don't think there's any in here. But largemouth, there should be a couple. I toss a worm under a bobber because nothing else is working. This is a rocky spot near the shore, which is better than the sandy spots because rocky spots have structure, they have rocks, and if you're like for bluegills, not always, of course, depending on vegetation and water parameters, generally rocky spots are better than sandy spots because you have hiding places, and bluegills like hiding places. We got something. We got something on the worm. I think it's a carp, but I don't know. But we finally got something. It's still on, whatever it is. Oh, it's not that big. Could be a catfish. I thought it'd be big. But, oh no, it got off. Could have been a gar. Usually they do get off. Oh, I thought I had something there. Thought I had something there. That didn't really seem like a gar at first, but it could have been a gar because it did get off. Well, it's good to know that there are actual good big fish here. But if that was a gar, that was definitely a long-nosed gar, not a short-nosed gar. I see a couple of fish flickering up there. They might be small gar or something. But we're gonna just throw this back out with a whole worm and see what we can get, because, you know, that was exciting for like the 2 seconds it was on. Can't really tell what it was. Could have been like a small catfish or something, or a big catfish. But usually they don't get off this hook. So I'm wondering what it was. All right, let's just toss this as far as we can out there and see what we can get. Obviously the fish are very, very far out there. So give it a go. All right, that's nice. See what we can get here. Another bite. By the looks of it, it's probably a gar, but we'll see. There's also my like line in the way, but that's fine. We'll just deal with that later. I don't even know if it's still on or not. It'll waste me a lot of bait if I don't catch anything. It's still on, I'll give you that. Whatever it is, it's still on. I need to get my other line off this one, because that's going to be troublesome if I don't, but I don't want to lose this fish. So for now, I'm going to do it. It could be a bullhead, but I think it's too heavy to be a bullhead. I think it's too heavy to be a bullhead. But it's still on. Oh, it's a catfish? No, it's a drum. It's a drum. All right, not bad. Freshwater drum, a small one. At least got a fish. A fish, a freshwater drum. Not too bad, not too bad. Tiny little guy. Smaller than most drum I catch. Kind of skinny is too, but not bad, not bad. First fish of the day, freshwater drum. All right, see you, drum. See what else I can get here. Not too bad. All right, not a bad way to start. Lost that first bigger fish, but not bad. I'll throw this way the heck out there again. It's good enough. And hopefully get another fish. Hopefully bigger than the one we just got. But that wasn't a bad fish, and I'll take that any day. I'll take that any day. Fishing patiently with bluegill under a bobber. I think there's probably some fish here. Maybe some like really, really small ones. I think I'm getting a couple of tings, but not very much in terms of like actual bites. I think I got something. Is that a bluegill? Yep. Bluegill. I think I'm gonna keep that one for bait later. Bluegillish fish. Very, very nice. Oh, there's some scattering of minnows right there, so I think I'm gonna keep this one for cut bait. Might be a small tug on this one, but it looks like a gar. But that's fine, because if it is a gar and he ate it, that's perfectly fine. Is there a fish on there? Yep, is there a fish on there? Yep, there's a fish on there. It's either, it could be a bullhead. It's getting to that stage of the day. Could be another drum though. All right. Whatever it is, I'll take it, because it's another drum. There's quite a bit of these sheepheads here. This is a small one again. All right, not too bad. Small drum. This is like the bait size drum I would use on the river, but I already got that bluegill, so we're not gonna use them as a bait. All right, freshwater drum, another one. All right, little drum, we'll take it. See a drum, and it'll have a bit of a tough time, but it'll get back in the water. It'll get back in the deep end soon, find its way out of the rocks and swim back its way back into the lake. All right, I'm gonna toss this one out again. Probably gonna go to the river after this, because not enough content here to make one. I don't think I'm gonna toss this one quite as far, but that's very nice. Decent amount of water there. I think I see a little bit of splashes in the shallows, so I'm gonna go with that. Hopefully we can get a fish here. If we can get a giant fish, that would be great. Then I won't go to the river afterwards. All right, we got a big bite on here. It actually looks like a gar, but I can't really tell. But it could be a catfish, you know. It could be a cat. I know it's still on because it's still struggling. Oh yeah, it's definitely bigger than the other fish I've caught today. Could just be another big drum. Did it just come off? Nope, it's still there. I think it's trying to swim near me, but yeah, I can see the silhouette from it. It's much, much bigger than the other fish I've caught today. Okay, I got enough drag. All right, here we go. What is it? Is that another drum? Could be. Nope, it's actually a carp. That's kind of hoping for that. All right, carp. I don't actually catch too many commons in St. Louis. I think they've been taken over by the Asian ones, but common carp. Not a big one though. Kind of like a 1 pounder, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Common carp, maybe like a pound or so. Not the size I want, but I'll take it. All right, gonna let this guy go. Carp can breathe there, so they can live for a bit out of water. A lot of places this guy just would be bait, because if you cut it, it makes perfect bait. I think the catfish really aren't coming in today because they're spawning, but I would think a couple of small ones would come in. See a carp. And of course it just goes off. See a fish. After dark, we're at Riverlands. Now we got a worm right there on the confluence, and a couple of the nice guy gave me some shad. So now I have some shad bait out there. So hopefully we can actually get a big bite. If not, a small bite will work. Looks like the worms, not the other shiner bait. It's the first one to get a hit. Could just be a drum though, unfortunately. Could just be a drum in that case, but we'll see what it is. It's fish. I like it. I like them fishies. Doesn't seem so bad. I think it's a flathead actually. Nope, it's a drum. Fresh water drum. Not a bad fish, but not what I'm looking for here. All right, that's a big one actually. It's about, well, it's not a big one, but it's a decent one. I would say it's roughly a pound and a half. Not the fish I'm looking for, but we'll take it. We'll take it. All right, here we go. Nice freshwater drum. See ya. All right, this place has a fish. It's kind of dangerous to fish here because it's really steep on the way down, but for fishing, we will do anything. I don't think this one's that big, but it does seem like over here there are some fish. I don't think it's that big though, because if it was like a 30-pound fish, that rod would be bending like mad. It's not bending like mad. Well, I have to say, it's not too small. It's not behaving like a gar. Could be a drum though. A gar probably wouldn't have gotten hooked. It could be a flathead, actually. But it's not a big one if it is a flathead. But you know what? A flathead is better than no flathead. And, is that a drum? Or is that, yep, it's a flathead. It's a small one, but it is indeed a flathead gato fish. Small flathead. I'll take it. I'll take it. Better than nothing. Definitely a lot better than the nothing I've been getting. Very small guy. The big ones are probably spawning, but we'll stay here for a little longer because flathead gato fish. Flathead gato fish. Probably not even a 1-pounder. But you know what? Still better than nothing. Flathead. We're gonna drop this little gato fish in here. See ya. Splat. And it gatos on off. This thing is like 20 feet deep here, or it's like 10 feet deep here now, so dropping it there is perfectly fine. Let's toss another big water worms out there. I personally think I can get a bigger fish than that, but that was good. Small flathead. Good way to start the day, night, whatever. Hopefully we can get more. Flathead gato fish. We got a fish here too. This spot's pretty good. I think this one's on pretty good. Hopefully it's a bigger fish than last time. Maybe the gar just... Nope, it's still on. Feels like a gar or a flat. It could be a drum too. This is a bigger hook. So if it's a drum, it has to be a decent size one. I have limited bait, so I don't want a drum. Before I go down there, I want to see what fish it is. 'Cause I want to be pleasantly surprised. I can't really gauge the size, so I'm fishing like 10 feet up. But I can get down there. I hope it's a bigger flathead or a blue. It is a flathead gato fish, but it's about the same size. Tonight, my friends, is night of the flatheads. Flathead gato fish. All right, I gotta go down there and bag this thing. Small ones are not very hard to bag, thankfully. Big ones, I think it's slightly bigger than the other one, but it's of the same size. Flathead gato fish. There's a lot of flatheads here. Unfortunately, they are all tiny. It's like 1-pound flathead gato fish. Let's just bring it up. About the same as the last one, flathead gato fish. Another flathead, slightly bigger than the last one, but about a pound. This one's a lot more yellow, and it's gonna get dumped down here as well because it's deep and they can just swim out in the river. See ya, flathead. Flop. Flathead gato fish. Back home, that was a pretty good day. We caught 2 drums and a carp in Creve Coeur Lake. I'll probably try Creve Coeur Lake again sometime, but from a different spot, obviously. I don't think that spot was that great. And I did actually see a lot of white bass wipers or largemouth bass blow up on minnows like right before dark, but I couldn't get any of them to bite my lures. So that was a little bit frustrating. But then I went to Riverlands and we got like 2 flatheads and a drum. So not bad overall, very fun adventure. And I think catfish spawn is basically screwing my chances of actually catching a big catfish because nothing's actually biting except for the small dinks. We'll try a couple times again, but we'll probably go for some bass in later St. Louis adventures as well. We all already got that like 34-pound flathead in the other video, so it's already been, pretty successful video making. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button, and I'll see you in the next fishing adventure.